Hello, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Hey guys, hello Casper, hello Rob Harvey, welcome to the stream. We will be starting momentarily.
Hey guys, hello Casper.
Ah,
Hello
Echo.
Rob Harvey.
No Style Dutch, welcome. Alright, let's get this party started, shall we? So I had the wild idea today to play Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, which was a 2007 game, came out shortly before the movie. I believe it was a month before the movie, on PlayStation Portable. I bought the system for this game. Caleb, welcome. Are you just awaking from your slumber? But anyway, I always liked this game. Hello, Mike's Monsters, here to insult me first thing in the morning. Love it. That is his job, of course.
Hello?
There he is. Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome to Aaron. You guys thought it was
Sorry.
going to be just me today, didn't you? Hicks is joining us from his travels.
Hi, from a hotel in Cardiff. Alright.
Let me just make sure
best.
your audio is okay.
Have you shared it everywhere? The link?
Not yet. If you could do that, that would be awesome.
I will certainly do that, my friend.
Let me just boost your volume a little bit.
Okay. I am on my laptop's default mic, so I'm probably not the best sounding in the world right now. Apologies.
Okay, speak. Speak for me.
Hello. How is everybody on this wonderful Sunday?
Okay. I think that's good. I think we'll go with that.
Okay.
Oh, Mike's Monster says, I wanted this game, but couldn't justify buying a console for it. Yeah, I believe I got, I don't know, the PSP, it had been out for a few years. So I believe I got it either for a holiday sale or used or something.
I got it specifically for AVPR.
Yep. See, I'm not the only one. Mike was saying I was a nerd for that.
Pretty much every console I own is for a specific game. So, PlayStation is because of Spider-Man. But the 4 and the 5 are because of the Spider-Mans. All the Xboxes are because of Halo.
And games,
not much else
too. Like I played through Ghost Recon Wildlands just because of Predator.
Yeah, same.
Rob,
well, no, I didn't play through it all. I only played through that part of it, but it was fun.
Rob Harvey says, is there a trailer out or something? The trailer was just announced for Alien Earth, the FX series, coming tonight during the, I have to specify American football game, Aaron, because some of our audience is UK and Europe. But, yeah, it should be during the ACL championship game. So we will definitely be keeping our eyes peeled for that, and we'll be posting once it lands online.
What time, and how many hours should I say does the game begin?
I mean, we're gonna get started right now.
No, I mean the football game.
Oh, I don't know sports, dude.
Okay.
They kick the ball around, and they have some advertisements during it.
Oh, I know that. I understand the concept of the Super Bowl and the promotional hotspot of the games. It was just how long are we going to have to wait?
Oh, okay. I don't know the answer, but sometime this evening, I will find out though.
Okay.
They usually don't. When they have advertisements during the games, though, they're not like it's gonna drop during this commercial break. It's just whenever. No Style Dutch says around 4.5 hours.
Okay, thank you, No Style Dutch.
But yes, let's get this started. I started playing this game again a little bit yesterday just to familiarize myself with it again. So, interestingly, you have 3 paths that you can take to get to the final level.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not something I think we tended to see a lot of.
No, not in like Alien versus Predator games. So it was a unique little feature. So we'll just start at the beginning here at Arrival. I believe I have all these weapons unlocked and upgraded too. So we'll do our dual shoulder cannon and our spear.
I always wish they could have had the dual shoulder cannons lock onto the different targets in this, but obviously I understand it'd probably be a huge issue, a technical issue, and pacing issue, but it would have been cool.
Caleb says American Click-A-Lot League. I don't think that's what the acronym's for, but this is one of 2 final championship games that decides who plays at the Super Bowl. And of course, we always have to watch the Super Bowl for any other potential trailers and advertisements and stuff.
Predator Badlands trailer.
I think it'll be a little early for that, but maybe. I'd love to be wrong.
When is the Super Bowl?
It's February, I think.
Okay.
Like mid-February.
Way too early.
Am I right on that, folks? Is it Super Bowl's like February, right?
No Startup says February 9th.
Okay. Christopherson with a good question. How come they didn't add the Pred Alien to this game, Aaron? Did you want to shed some light on that?
That's because Fox wouldn't let Rebellion see the Predator. Or was it because they didn't want to spoil it and then showed it in all the trailers?
It was the latter. They didn't want to spoil it, and then they started posting pictures of it online and showing it in the trailers.
Which I think is something Alex Moore spoke to us about when we interviewed him a couple of years ago.
Yep. Yeah, I need to go back and listen to that one.
I love Alex, and I've always loved the guys down at Rebellion.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I really hope they get to do a new one.
Yes, always. Always hoping that myself. Arrival, briefing. You must find any remnants of the lost vessel and determine the cause of its destruction. Leave nothing for the humans to find and avoid all unnecessary direct contact with them. They must continue to know nothing of our existence. So in this game, you play only as the Predator. There's no alien, no human, just Predator. Mr. Wolf.
Which isn't a very frequent thing in the AVP games. I mean, the original Game Boy game does it. Last of His Clan, I think that one's called. I've never managed to finish that. I've only made it to about level 3 or 4. The old games are just ridiculous. Christopherson says, do you think they could have added different alien types from the local wildlife, like deers, bears, coyotes, bears again?
I mean, that would have been a cool, like, video gamey thing to do, right? But from my understanding...
It would have been a good lore thing to do as well, anyway.
Yeah. But they were under quite a bit of a time crunch with this game, because they wanted it released for the...
It was like 9 months or something of development time.
And I think this was... They were already kind of conceptually exploring what would become AVP 2010. and this
Yeah.
game was kind of just part of that process, I think.
I think later on, sorry, just to go back to Christopherson's question there, later on we do actually see some chest-bursted dogs, but nothing ever comes of it.
Don't worry, buddy. You're okay. A very terrifying introduction to the first alien.
You're playing this on emulator right now, right?
No, Aaron, I'm playing it directly on my PSP. What do you
Well,
mean?
okay.
What is this emulation of which you speak?
Well, you own it, so you can legally play it. It's fine. But
I'm just kidding.
my point was going to be more. I thought this played really well on the console.
Yeah, I did too. I think I still have my physical copy.
Oh, I do. I still have a PSP. I think I ended up going and buying another one at some point over the last 10 years or so, specifically to play it again on the OG console.
Sizzy Bubbles, welcome to the stream, says, I have mine. Yeah, Sizzy Bubbles, another one of those rare AVPR fans.
Christopherson says, how does the Predator probe ship get back into space at the end of the game? Aren't they supposed to be used to crash land on a planet for a Predator hunt, then get picked up by their personal ship? I don't remember there being anything. I mean, the game doesn't show it flying back off into space. I don't remember the films.
I think it does, actually. I think. Well,
does it?
Yeah. I mean, in the end cinematic, you see him. I believe it's on the probe ship. We'll find out if I can beat this whole game today. Nothing.
I think it's about a 4-hour game, though, isn't it?
Ah. Well, maybe
on a straight path.
Maybe if we stream it another day.
Well, do it next week if you want. No Stardust says it escapes through a hole in the plot. But I mean, it's a fair question. I don't remember the films really addressing that. No, I suppose that's not to say that the mothership couldn't have tractor beamed them, or they couldn't just self-destruct themselves.
And I always liked how this game combined the styles of the ship we see in AVPR, which still has that like silvery metallic aesthetic of the first film, but maybe a little bit more like detail, less just streamlined.
It's less generic. Well, no, to say less generic is unfair. I think it's got a bit more detail in it.
Yeah, and it combines it with that Predator 2 aesthetic in some of these rooms, so that was a really cool combo to see. Oh, there's an alien. There's a little trophy wall in here, and a face hugger that we can dissolve. And I think this is the only other Predator we see in the game right here. This Mr. Dead Guy.
I actually like the blue goo from AVPR.
Yeah, it's an interesting element in terms of just them removing any evidence of their hunts on planets where they don't want intelligent species to know of their hunts.
Well, it's an interesting kind of weapon as well. Mike Hayes says, big up AVP Galaxy. I can't wait for the new X-Files series. With the black goo, I assume that's a joke for... I never did finish watching all of X-Files. I think I only ever watched season 1 to 3 in the movie. I need to get back to it because I always liked it. I actually went through a phase in school of just beasting through the books they had in the school library.
See, I'm already lying here, Aaron, because that wasn't the only dead predator we see in the game. There's another one right here.
We get a scar.
That's right. Although, interestingly, it's just Wolf's cosmetic, which is weird, because they have Scar's outfit in the game. Because you can unlock other outfits in this game. Unfortunately, I think it's only for multiplayer, and obviously you can't connect to multiplayer in the servers, so I wish you could use the other Predator outfits in the single player. I know some people have modded it in. I'm not quite sure how to do it. But one is this really cool, original-looking red Predator. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just go with the Scar skin here, because they had him. He's in the game.
Probably just one of those things of a rushed developmental cycle. Xander, welcome.
Xander, what up?
Predalien BG386 says, I remember being in 2007 in an internet cafe, always on the awesome AVPR website and watching the music video 100 times. Oh man, that German AVPR.
Oh, I love it.
Music video.
It's a great music video. I love it to this
Didn't
day.
Didn't you only just discover the Aliens Infestation music video?
I knew of that song, but I thought it was a fan-made song. I didn't know it was at the during the credits of Infestation.
Did you never finish that game?
No, I barely played it.
Oh, you missed out. That is one of my favorite Alien games.
I really wish WayForward would release a non-Nintendo DS version of the game.
Probably another one of those licensed nightmare ones.
Christopherson asks, what's all that green stuff? It is coolant.
There's always coolant leaking on spaceships. Xander says, so who else is watching football for the first time tonight? Never.
I've definitely watched it because, you know, in the United States, usually at least a few of your family members are into football. So you do find yourself at those gatherings.
If I ever come to the States, I want to go and watch a baseball game.
Baseball is probably my favorite. Like, if we're talking American pastime team sports, baseball's probably my favorite. Because it's just so chill in, like, the stadiums and stuff, compared to, like, football where everyone's like, wah.
I actually like playing it as well. We used to play it as well. We used to play the baby version, which was rounders, and then we eventually started playing a bit more baseball with the big bats, and I always enjoyed it.
Okay, so should I do the crash site, or should I do the cemetery? What do you guys think? Or should I do the forest? I'm going to do the forest, because I actually haven't done that one.
Ever, or just on this playthrough? You've done all the paths before, surely.
Mike, I'm talking like American football, you know. Yep.
Christopherson says, is the blue goo the same used in Predator 2 when the City Hunter heals his wound arm with the blue stuff? No, I think it's very much a different thing.
Yeah, otherwise his arm would be gone.
Unless it only specifically targets alien DNA.
That would be some... The blue goo would be getting too close to the black goo in that case, but...
Yeah, I think it's very clearly supposed to be different things. Caleb says X-Files should have ended a lot sooner than it did.
So, our briefing for the forest level. The serpents need human hosts, if they are to breed. Prevent them from gaining access to the human town. Wreckage from the crashed vessel is also scattered in this area. Leave no evidence of our existence or that of the serpents.
I always liked that it used serpents in this.
Yeah, it ties with the first AVP a bit.
You know me, I appreciate some continuity.
Xander says, AVP, Battle of the Goose. Cloudburst says, I'm a Raiders fan for my sins. I did go and see Cincinnati Reds playing Washington baseball a few years ago. No Style Dutch says, to some MMA fights. LOL. Yes, I actually, if there's one sporting event I've watched the most of in my life, it is MMA. Like, I had a group of friends that did MMA, and I did a little bit too, till I broke my hand. That was fun. And we would have like get-togethers and parties for UFC and watch the fights. I watch them less now than I used to. But MMA was always something I quite enjoyed.
That's something I'd be interested in watching.
Way more interesting than boxing, in my opinion. I know it, like, people get mad when you say that, but...
Ghosty Piper says, hey, caught the stream. How's everybody today? I think we're doing well, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we're doing good. How's your little vacation going?
Oh, it's not a vacation. I'm working down here for the week.
Oh, okay. So it's for work. It's just you then.
Yup, just me. No Megan. So yeah, not a vacation in the slightest. I'd rather be at home, but hey, what are you gonna do? But otherwise, I'm fine. It was a nice little ride down. Been staying in a nice hotel. I brought a bunch of comics. I brought Thor with me to read. I've brought What If to read. I brought Black, White, and Blood to read. And I'm halfway through Seventh Circle as well.
Nice. Oh, shit.
Star Dutch says, do you think Disney owns copyright on the acronym OWLF? I was thinking of using it as a reference to Predator 2. I doubt it.
Yeah. As long as it's not like a direct, you're describing that organization, I don't think so.
That poor human, you could have intervened and saved him.
Then he would have just shot at me.
Think about it, he'd appreciate it. He'd say, enemy of my enemy is my friend, and you'd have teamed up and gone on and done the rest of it.
Oh, he's still alive. I did save him. At least this one.
Oh, no, now you shoot.
There's
No.
another one. Oh, oops. A little bit of crossfire there.
Oh, that's got to be minus some honor points. Isn't that a thing in this game?
Oh yeah, I remember this bit, Aaron, where you see all the cows here chest bursting, and it's like, why would you tease that and not give us something, you know?
There should be some runners somewhere. Okay, I'm a bit behind on the chat there. Let me scroll up.
I'm up and destroy the power source.
No Style Dutch used to do MMA in the past.
Oh, cool.
If you look up Andrew Berger MMA highlight, you'll find videos of him beating people up.
I will have to check that out.
Clouds versus Sarah. By the way, confusing us with all your aliases.
Oh, did you change your username, Sarah? I hope you enjoyed your vacation, Xander. Again, I just so appreciate that, and I will get you those details you asked me for.
Mike, he says, went to Florida in 2010 to see a space shuttle launch, and it was awesome. That's my bucket list done. I'd love to see that.
Likewise.
When the new spaceport opens up in Scotland, and they do an actual launch that we can go watch, I was planning on going up.
Is it the ESA?
But I don't know if it's an ESA port
or is it
whatever,
like...
UK's opening up some sort of, they call it a spaceport, whatever, but I think it's a vertical launch thing for small scale rockets to launch satellites and stuff. But I plan on going to give that a watch. Oh, Bilbo says, damn, this game looks bad.
It's not. Hey, you have to remember, this was a handheld portable game. Like...
In 2007?
Yeah. I think it's fun. I mean, could they have done a bit more with it? For sure.
But again, you know, this was like a 9-month-long development cycle for this thing. It was a very fast job that Sega gave Rebellion very little notice on.
Yeah.
Or Vivendi, I can't remember who it was. Was it Vivendi for this one?
Who was the publisher? Why don't you look that up, Aaron? I can't remember.
I think it was a Vivendi.
I remember, didn't we see some screenshots of this game before we saw the trailer for AVPR, and that kind of added to our speculation for the movie?
I don't remember, I'll be honest. I'll have to have a look through the news. Man, we really have not had many AVP games lately. So I'm just looking at the AVP games bit on the website. It goes AVP Requiem 2007 PSP, AVP 2010 Xbox 360, PS3 PC, and then AVP Evolution 2013 iOS and Android. There's a big gap there that very much needs to be closed off.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Sierra.
Okay.
So Sierra was the publisher.
I'm supposed to be going that way. That's right. Wasn't Sierra the publisher for AVP 2 also?
Yes.
That's right.
Are Sierra and Vivendi the same company, or did they sell? They might be the same company. I can't remember which way around that worked.
Oh, it's down here. Right. Right. That was it. Into the tunnels we go. Uh-oh.
No Stardust says the game actually reminds me that I think there's still potential in a modern Earth set AVP can be great.
Oh, hey. Better save some for me.
I don't know if I'd ever... Like, I liked the idea of the Iraq-bound thing, where it was a crash ship in the Iraqi deserts and some special forces unit. But I don't know. They still need to get the future-bound AVP right first.
Yeah.
Caustic Viper says this game was great. This kept me entertained on the bus ride to and from high school for a PSP game. It was great.
Nice. That's awesome. Oh!
I remember having the UMDs of Alien and Aliens and Predator, and yeah, I still remember
When they had movies on the PSP, yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember that being the way I was. I think I'd stayed at my grandmother's one night, and I'm I'm lying on the floor in the sleeping bag in the living room watching Alien on my PSP, with it, 2 centimeters from my face.
I think I just had like a portable DVD player. It's like a little mini laptop looking thing.
I never had one of those.
But yeah, this game has a skirmish mode, and it also had multiplayer, which I believe to this day, this is the only co-op Predator. Well, I guess no. AVP games you could play, multiple Predators in skirmish. So I am mistaken. Yet again.
You're alright, Adam.
Yes. I just need more caffeine.
Lucy's joined us. Hey guys, Alien Earth trailer tonight. Are you up?
Yep, welcome Lucy. Thanks for joining us.
Can't wait for that. Caleb says, well, we're about to get a whole lot of Alien on Earth content soon, whether people like it or not. That's true.
The time has come again.
For drama and conflict and arguments.
Alright, let's do the high school. Speaking of high school... Briefing. The humans have gathered evidence of the serpent contagion, but do not realize how dangerous it is. You must destroy it before it destroys them. They are not the enemies here. Show them mercy if possible.
if possible. Bilbo says, truthfully, I enjoy watching every Alien Predator game you guys play.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
But yeah, I definitely think if you were to be like, who deserves a new AVP game, I would say Rebellion. Because they've actually been innovating as a studio in terms of their virtual production and stuff. They've come a long way since this game and since 2010. And I know they love the property and have a long history with it. Now, would I love to see another developer like Monolith come back? Sure, but Monolith's owned by Warner Brothers, so that's never going to happen. And they don't really do horror games anymore. Unfortunately. Much to my chagrin, because some of my favorite video games of all time are like other Monolith games like Fear and Condemned.
I've actually got Rebellion's next game on pre-order. What was it called? It's some open world post-apocalyptic thing set in the UK.
Oh.
I can't remember what it's called now, and I keep forgetting about it. So that's why I pre-ordered it, to make sure I didn't miss the release. But I'm very intrigued by it. What's it called? No, it's
Aaron,
definitely not.
It's the
Slifer.
famed clock. Are you looking at me or the clock?
No, that clock's in a classroom.
Oh, okay. Not the right clock then. Well, the classrooms didn't have any clocks, so I'm going with what I can, okay?
Oh, okay. I still love that fucking line. I think it's hilarious. Caleb says it's called Atomfall. Yes, thank you for that, Caleb. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Not the cheerleader.
Don't know. Lucy says, that model and texture work looks great in this game. Say whatever you want about this being a silly tie-in.
Yeah. Oh. You gotta save them. Save the innocent humans.
Don't shoot them.
Oh, oops. The lock-on is a little finicky in this game.
God. You're as competent as Wolf in the film.
What's interesting, though, is that if you look on the back of the PSP case, it is that Scar Predator model, and the Xenomorph models are based off the first AVP film. Oh, he's tripping out.
Isn't that just some promotional rendering? Because wasn't there a bunch of CG rendered wallpapers and publicity imagery for
I
this?
think, yeah. I mean, I think that is the model in the game for Scar, like his outfit. Maybe? I remember there was a really nice illustrated piece that was kind of a Photoshop of the McFarlane figures, but really well done, honestly. Boom shakalaka, Kalem coming in with the NBA Jam reference there. I will say, I learned pretty much most of what I know from basketball and football from NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. Best sports games of all time, hands down. Oh, uh-oh. Now we got soldiers in here. You saw nothing.
You're here to help.
Something's moving.
Hey, you guys shot at me. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm not supposed to go down there. Alright, sorry guys, but you won't leave me be.
Caustic Viper says, Wolf misunderstood what a three-point shot was. No Stardust says, was there ever any expanded universe material that talked about how the government explained nuclear explosion in Colorado or that occurred in any of the movies.
I've always wondered about that, where it's like, what's the aftermath of, like, breaking news, small Colorado town suffered nuclear explosion. But I guess the fictional power plant in this game is a nuclear power plant, so the story would be like it went critical and it's like an American Chernobyl or something. But I mean, you have to think some people who would have escaped the town would have seen the aliens.
As if anybody escaped, because if you remember, they were all corralling them in the square, weren't they? And it looked like a lot of the roads were blocked off.
Well, didn't the Strauss brothers talk about their plans, and they were like, that whole event was the catalyst for the mega corporations rising in the world or something? I don't know. They talked about their plans for a sequel and how, like, the aftermath of the nuclear explosion would have played into that.
Oh no, you're not thinking of Liam's thing.
I don't
Maybe.
think so. I think this was the Strauss brothers were... Maybe there was some interview somewhere where they were talking about how that event would play into, I don't know, the government and corporations kind of merging. Or like there was some martial law or something. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Caleb says, a tragic accident, Resident Evil Apocalypse. Yeah, that was... that movie is very similar to AVPR, actually, in a lot of ways. Have you ever seen that one, Aaron?
Wait. I've seen all the live action ones.
It's the second one. Before they go Mad Max.
I thought the Mad Max one was like the fourth one.
That was the third one. I mean, they were all Mad Max ones after that, but...
I don't really remember, I'll be honest. I just half watched it when Megan was watching it because she likes shit films.
Oh, I have to... Okay. There we go.
Somebody said about driving through there. Bilbo says, I've driven through Gunnison multiple times. It looks nothing like what was in the movie. They filmed it in British Columbia.
So,
aren't you going to Gunnison?
one of these days I will. It's funny because Alien Theory did a post on his social media saying, like, I can't imagine anyone would be proud to be an Alien fan in 2007, and they would be walking away from the theater hanging their heads in shame or whatever. And I was like, not me. I'm gonna do my pilgrimage in Gunnison, and then I'll have to do a second pilgrimage in Vancouver, which is where they actually shot the movie. So go to the actual pizza shop, which is still open, and be like, yeah, where's Ricky, guys? Actually, I probably don't want to know the answer to that.
You dead? Cloudbear says there was something in the water. No Sergeant says Rich Top walked out of the theatre like Butters in South Park. I thought it was pretty good. Noah Turtle says ask them if it's true they always got to wear the hat.
Yeah, I guess if they get that reference, I'll know they're legit.
Lucy says water. Water. There's nothing in the water here. There is none.
I was hoping we'd see more aliens swimming in the movie, because they kind of showed it during the teaser, but it was just that very brief little moment we saw.
Yeah. Mike Hayes says, this is rumour control, here are the facts. Ripley is coming back, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Hey, Aaron shared that one, not me. But I told you to, so.
Well, I mean, that didn't make me do it, but no, the guy has been proven correct in the past, although he's now gone to lengths to clarify. I didn't mean it was the Romulus sequel, it's just an alien film.
Do you think he's just trying to save face? Because do you really think there is a Ripley included alien film in the works right now?
I would not put it past anybody.
Okay.
I mean, come on, you nearly had her back with Blomkamp's thing. We're obviously seeing a huge rise in popularity with Romulus at the minute, and if they're taking the wrong lessons, they're, seeing the nostalgia bait, I guess, that we don't actually really like, but that seems to be what all the normies cheer at.
Oh. Okay. It's a ladder.
If you get me.
The damn normies.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past somebody thinking it's a good idea.
Oh dear.
And like I said, the only reason I even went with it was because Rickman was right about Romulus, it being the title, and he was right about the character of Rook, even if apparently Fede said that Phoebe Waller-Bridge was never ever somebody he had considered for the role when it was still a half female android. Sarah says, part of me would love to see Ripley again, but I'm more inclined to let her rest in peace. I love Ripley 8-back. I would genuinely love Ripley 8-back.
So yeah, I still think, I will always be curious about Alien 5. And if we're not going to get some art book expose going through the whole thing, I would love, a CG Elseworlds tale, kind of like the Resident Evil CG movies or the Starship Troopers ones.
Yeah. But again, I'm so hesitant about that kind of stuff now because of I forgot what it was called, Armageddon?
Oh, the AVP anime?
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious to see what Danny T's thing ends up being like.
Yeah. With the franchise in good graces again on both Alien and Predator, I don't know. Maybe we'll just be a little overly cautious, we only want stuff if it's good. We don't want any swings.
I wonder if the rising popularity and success will also attract a bit more talent to it as well.
Yeah, it was interesting conversation we had with the producer about people feeling like they couldn't go for it because of Scott, and now that dynamic has kind of changed a bit.
Yeah. Well, that's a conversation that hasn't been released yet.
That's true. When's the Black Goo episode coming, Aaron?
So, I've got to finish the What If review. I can probably finish it this week while I'm in the hotel, but I probably won't release it until next week because I'm not going to be able to work on the video version while I'm here. But once I've finished doing the audio version, I'll make a start on the Black Goo episode. I'll make a start, yeah. I'll go with it. It'll be out in February at some point.
Because I gotta say, that was a great discussion. I'm excited for people to listen to that one.
To the Black Goo one?
Yeah, I thought that was really good discussion.
Yeah, well, the exec one we just did was as well.
Yes, that was definitely interesting.
That was a really so for chat's sake, because I don't think I advertised this one. We spoke to the studio exec at Fox that was responsible for starting off the development of Resurrection, and it was a very interesting discussion about sort of studio politics and dynamics. Very open and frank discussion about his own creative sort of decision making on Resurrection. It was a very interesting episode, and I'm looking forward to getting that one out as well. Adam, I think we are. Do you remember the interview that I asked you about a couple of days ago?
You'll have to remind me off stream.
Okay. Well, I've got a good interview coming up as well, but it looks like we might have to wait until the end of February for that.
Oh, I know. I think I know which one you're talking about.
The comic one with a lot of people involved.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I know.
So if we can't do that this week, I think we're going to end up waiting until the end of February, which is fine.
Who's that?
Lucy says, "Love how the cloak looks here." Yeah, I think it's a really cool effect in this game.
Yeah, I think Mike commented on that a bit earlier.
Movement.
And Bilbo says, "Why does the predator climb ladders like that?"
Like a goofball? Oh, I gotta move the train, I guess.
Gotta do a bit of that puzzle solving. We've got some good stuff coming up, Adam.
Oh yeah. You just mean in terms of the podcast, or?
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of the podcast, we've got that Predator actor that will probably happen at the end of Feb as well. That next episode we've booked for a discussion. There's some fan editors doing some fan edits that we'll be having on the podcast as well. That I'm looking forward to.
I think we should talk to Mr. Scythewraith again once he's finished with his Covenant.
Yeah, definitely.
His Covenant thing. It's been like over 10 years since we talked to him.
It was John, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't that his name? Yeah.
John Yvonne, I think. Gotta love that skybox.
Just Zilla, king of the games. Hello, gents. Everyone, welcome to the stream, Just Zilla.
Whoa. Yeah, now you can see the skybox because the level's bugging out there. But yeah, if there's one thing I was really glad we did last year, it was just being more consistent about the live streams, because it's been great to chat with all of you and be more consistent about just playing these games just as a casual Sunday thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's been nice. And it's, community focused, and I love that kind of stuff, I do.
Yeah. And speaking of that, one thing we did kind of drop the ball on last year, though, was the community play events. So we're going to try to be better about this year. And we have Mr. Still collating, planning those out for us.
I think there was one yesterday, wasn't there?
Was there?
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe we need to get a little better about coordinating it then.
No, he posted it in all the places, mate.
Well, I guess I just missed it.
What was it you missed before? What surprised you recently? When I was doing something. Oh, the RPG. It was the RPG
right.
at the end of last year. But yeah, I've pretty much. Greg's going to be organising the Let's Play, not the Let's Plays, the community nights from now on. So the events will go up in the Discord server. He'll post them on the website as well, on the forums.
Well, did anyone attend that? How did it go?
Lucy says, "Do you guys know if Dark Descent did well?" I don't remember Tebow talking to us about financial stuff. I'm not sure, to be honest, Lucy. Hopefully, because I'd love to see them continue with that style of game. Mike Hayes says, "I love the VR video you guys did, but the ending was what the fuck."
You mean the cliffhanger ending for Rogue Incursion?
Yeah, is that what you mean? I'm looking forward to the meta quest release of that thing. I went
Yeah.
over to Chevy's on Friday because we were playing some of the Halo Flashpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and he put the game on his machine for me, and I was like, so this is what the game looks like when it's not being ran off a potato. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see what it
So
actually looks like
it
on,
was,
on a native machine.
It was a notable difference then when you tried it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, on PSVR 2 it looked fantastic, so that'll kind of be my comparison. Because I am heading out to Servios again next week to try out that version and report on anything else we might see there.
Have any of your other things come to fruition?
One has, but yeah, unfortunately not the others.
Okay.
But I am still trying to see what else I can do out there, because I'll be out there for a few days.
No Star that says any predictions for the Alien Earth trailer tonight. I think we'll see that leaked space caterpillar tick thing that some unfortunate person shared to their Instagram and then quickly removed.
There's been a lot of that, hasn't there? Between the behind the scenes footage and then we report on it and get them in trouble. Like, the same thing happened with the Badlands behind the scenes pictures. Like, those were taken down after we posted.
Yeah. Zach says, I joined late, so apologies if this has been answered. Are you streaming this via emulator? Yes. Yes, Adamus.
Mike's Monsters, pessimistic about tonight's trailer. Wouldn't expect much more than 30 seconds, maybe a minute-long teaser. You think it'll be another teaser, eh? Maybe.
Well, I mean, the Instagram leaks did reference it as a teaser that was incoming.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Well, okay.
We'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect 30 seconds. I think it'll be a minute and a half kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Lucy says, I predict it will contain the same footage as that prior teaser, but expanded. Do you mean the head face thing? Or are you thinking the very little snippets in that Reels trailer, show reel trailer for Disney Plus? Or was it for FX? I forget. I think it was Disney Plus. No Star says he missed the caterpillar thing. It's on the forums. It's on the catch-all thread. Lucy means the one with the scuba divers. Yeah, maybe. But I mean, that amounted to what, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds? That little snippet. Hopefully, it'll be something a bit more substantial than that, even if it just includes those footage. That footage. Rob Harvey says, I predict we'll see more sheep.
Mike says, if it's a commercial during a sports game, it can't be too long. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Yeah, so maybe 30 seconds is pretty reasonable.
No, I mean, I'm sure there have been some, maybe more so at the Super Bowl, but I'm sure there have been some longer trailers than that have debuted.
Caleb says, I'm expecting 30 seconds since that's usually what sports head spots are. Yeah. No, don't shoot the guy. Oh no. I feel bad from getting that Humvee stuck down here.
They're everywhere.
You know you ran past a guy, right?
Did I go in here? That's where I go. Okay. Yeah,
Okay. Sarah says, I prefer the updated tagline on the poster. Earth expecting just sounded icky.
That's funny.
I like the new poster, and I like the new tagline, actually.
Let's try, instead of the dual shoulder cannons, we'll do the shuriken.
We were safer in space, and that's a nice little render of the alien, or not a render, but you know what I mean. That's a nice blend of the Earth over the dome there.
The power station. The serpents have overrun this place. You must find a means to destroy it before they can breed in numbers that will overwhelm the humans.
We were safer in space. That's a good tagline. Although, to be fair, Mother Earth is expecting. It might sound icky, but I think it sounds on brand. Lucy says, I expect sheep aliens will somehow look even worse. That's not something you're confident on, though, is it?
That the one in the teaser is the sheep alien? No. I mean, I do think we'll get a DNA reflex alien, but I don't think that's it. I think that's just a new design for our human-born aliens. I know some were speculating that the one in the teaser trailer was just specifically made for that, but we were always kind of like, no, that's...
Yeah, it's just a stunt one or something. So what happens when we see things in lights and situations that we're not supposed to?
Mike's Monster says Super Bowl is the most expensive ad cost to play during the commercials. They often do little teases and have a see-longer version of YouTube, so maybe we'll get that, but not expecting it. Oh, I always say expect very little, so if there's more, we can be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, fair. I remember the original Jurassic World trailer debuted, like, they marketed it as coming during the Super Bowl, but then it debuted like a couple days early, but you could still see it during the Super Bowl.
Sarah says, if they are rams as opposed to sheep, it might be cool. What do you think, some aliens with some horns? You know me, I have a soft spot for the bull alien.
Go full Kenner.
Just as long as it's NECA version of Kenner.
The ox had horns.
True. Christopherson says, what do you all think happened to the protagonists from the Hunters comic series? Are they all dead if John Schaefer is now in the year 2068 with Data?
I don't know. Maybe he just got captured. Maybe they are not dead. I mean, they're probably dead by that time, but...
Yeah. How did 3 end?
It was kind of like he's still looking for Dutch.
Did John join up with them?
I think so.
Okay.
I have to... It's been a while since I've read that one.
Zach says, never played this one, however it's reminiscent of Concrete Jungle. Still love that game.
What am I missing here? Yeah, we'll be playing that this year for its 20th anniversary.
Maybe we'll actually finish a fucking playthrough.
Right?
A proper Let's Play.
Yeah, it's been... Oh, we've been slacking on our Let's Plays.
I have 3 missions of the Predator campaign of Extinction recorded. I have all of Isolation recorded. We just need to find some friggin' time to sit down and do some commentary.
Yeah.
They're just talking about the OG Alien 3 teaser tagline in the chat. On Earth, everybody will hear you scream. For that teaser that had absolutely nothing to do with any concept of Alien 3 being explored.
Have we ever been told what the reasoning behind that teaser was? That'd be a fun editorial.
He's updated the countdown on the website for the MetaQuest 3 release of Rogue Incursion.
Nice.
really do like that new poster.
Yeah, I like it too. It's pretty cool. Stop collecting my ship. Stop collecting my ship. I tell you what. Small town with a massive nuclear power plant.
Was it supposed to be small, or is it?
So Gunnison in real life is pretty small. I mean, it's kind of a ski resort town, so it's gotten bigger since 2007. But still, I mean, it was shot in Vancouver, which is a major metropolitan area in Canada. So the size was a bit exaggerated from real life.
Mike Hayes says Alien 3 was meant to be set on Earth, but it got changed in production. That, I think, is a bit of a misunderstanding from that teaser trailer. None of the scripts ever was set on Earth. Sarah says, I'm just rereading the John Fasno Alien 3 screenplay. Forgot how nuts it was. The Fasno was the Ward one. The Ward co-story one, wasn't it? Yeah, I never liked Ward's vision for Alien 3. I'm glad it never happened. I think it sounded stupid. As much as some of the thematic things to it might have been kind of interesting, but no, I don't think that would have ever worked as a film. Never Stardust says, I like the wooden planet. I'm sure it would have. Some people would have. I bet. Would you have, Adam?
I mean, I've always thought it's an interesting concept, and I would have loved to have seen one of those original screenplay comics on that, you know.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, for as much as most of the Alien 3 scripts are kind of poo, Ward's thing included, I would have genuinely been interested to see all of them get a adaptation. You know, give me Eric Red's batshit crazy thing, give me Ward's crazy thing. I think the only genuinely kind of serious ones were Toei's and Gibson's second draft. I hate Gibson's first draft. I genuinely hate that thing. But his second draft is my favourite of the could-have-beens. And I remember Toei's being quite interesting. I would have loved to have seen his second draft and whatever he was doing. So he did a second draft where it was the same characters, but then he also was working on another one that was incorporating Ripley back into the story. I don't know how much work was done on either.
Man Ray says this was my favorite PSP game. Also says if you play the multiplayer horde mode, you will have access to the other Predator skins. Well, could you use them in single player? Because the problem is I can't, like, with the emulation, you can't really access the multiplayer at all. It just says servers unavailable. So it kind of locks out the other skins, unfortunately. But yeah, that red Predator skin was very cool looking. Where do I go? I must escape the facility.
Oh, guess what arrived the other day?
What?
That Alien Romulus poster from Matt Ferguson.
Ooh, nice.
It looks very good. I need to get that up onto the onto my one sheet frames.
Shit, I'm dealing with a whole bunch of aliens here.
Although I don't know what I'm going to get rid of for it.
And a Predalien. I mean, sorry, a Praetorian. Because there are Praetorians in this game, just no Predaliens.
With their big axe tails, mace tails. Lucy says, I think it would have been artful and weird, but no better than what we...
Oh, there we go.
But unlikely to be better than what we got. There, and she's talking about the Vincent Ward thing there. No, Stardust says, even though we know near nothing about it, I still love the notion of Rennie Harlan taking place on Xenobrime. That would have been interesting, but I struggle to believe in anybody's ability to really bring to life Giga World, especially in Alien 3. And now I think it'd be compromised by all the politicking between his estate and the studios. No, Stardust says, I remember reading somewhere that Clive Barker was close to directing Alien 3. It wasn't close, he was offered it, but he didn't find the aliens interesting. So that didn't last very long at all, his involvement in Alien 3. I think he was offered it pretty early on. Before anybody, I think before even Gibson was writing, if I'm remembering my timeline correctly. Bilbo says, the way this game looks is starting to grow on me in a good way, especially like the cloaking effect. I think I like it more than in Hunting Grounds. It's certainly a lot more classic.
Where is that?
Mike
valve
says,
was
destroy the valves.
Yeah, I'm looking for him. I don't see him.
Noah Turtle says, did we ever hear about when Liam O'Donnell randomly found and shared old CIM files of the original Requiem shots? Never went anywhere. I don't know what Liam's done with that, I'll be honest. Be worth giving him a poke on Twitter, see what he says. And Man Ray says, what do we know about the animated Predator show?
Not much.
Well, we know...
Oh, actually, we do know a little bit.
Yeah, so it's an anthology kind of thing. There is one period set in feudal Japan. One that is it Vikings?
I think so.
Vikings, yeah.
Pirates?
And pirates, I think, is what we know. Is it Backpack? Was that his code name?
No, that's the new movie. That's Badlands.
Oh, we know its code name. I can't remember what it is now. Oh yeah, no, because now I remember why it's called Backpack. I just remember that story.
Don't say that.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I just know I know the reasoning behind its. Well, we know the reasoning behind its code name. I can't think of the animated one's code name. We know it. We've got it somewhere. Man Ray says, do you think they all tie together? I genuinely don't remember if we know that. I don't think we do. I'm not sure. I would expect there to be... Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be if it's an anthology.
Alright. Let's just do it. We can do one playthrough on this one track.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting there.
Hospital Exterior.
Schwip says, word on the street is Adam and Aaron wrote episodes and are just playing dumb. Well, the Predator thing's a movie, I think, rather than an anthology show. So, I'd love to actually have the follow-through to finish writing something creative these days.
Hospital exterior. The center of contagion is inside this place. They have not accomplished it yet, but soon the serpents could have a queen. Destroy them before this can happen. The humans fear you, and will try and stop you reaching your prey. Okay.
Lucy says, "Do you two ever wish you knew less?" It's an interesting question, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes yes, because we didn't know much about Prey, honestly, and that was a really cool experience.
I mean, it's a difficult question because obviously it's immensely helpful for us to know things because look, I don't see us as policers of spoilers or leaks or anything like that. So if something leaks, we're not going to be like take a moral stand against sharing it or whatever. That's not our job. And I think it's a futile fight to fight. But I've been very big on making sure if it's bullshit and we know it's bullshit, we'll chime in because accurate information is important to me. So to have that kind of knowledge to be able to comment and clarify is very good, is very helpful. You know, I when it came to Covenant, I'd had a full rundown of the story in October, November, the year before it came out. So you know, I knew pretty much most of what was coming. And I suppose in some ways it's helpful for us to steer speculative discussion as well, to encourage others to discuss specific things because we know what might be relevant, what might be coming up. But yeah, I mean, the downside is we don't get to partake in that blind excitement, I suppose. Unless we just forget things like I do. Sometimes I just forget things that we've heard or the intel we've got, and I have to go and reread it. Or Adam reminds me. Which is funny given our dynamic, Adam.
Yeah. On rare occasion, I'm the one doing the reminding.
But yeah, I've had to do it for Alien Earth stuff. And we know a great deal about the early parts of that show. A great deal. We know a lot about Badlands now. Man Ray says, I heard Dutch is in the show. That's not a rumour we've heard. I'd be curious. Could be interesting. I mean, I don't know how that'd fit in given what we know of the time periods it's supposedly set in. Schwip says, hey, I listened to that year-end episode you guys did. That being said, I think we need an episode on Adam's meet cute with his wife due to AVP Galaxy. Well, you talked about that in the 200th one, didn't you? A little bit.
Yeah, she's not my wife yet, but it's bound to happen one of these days.
No Stardust says Aaron and Adam cursed with knowledge. Mike's Monster says still curious how they're going to market Badlands with everything we know. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Lucy says, let me ask you this then, are you both optimistic? Specifically about which project, Lucy? And to be fair, I don't think I'd use the term optimistic for either. There's elements in there that I'm curious to see how they're pulled off. Very much curious to see how well they are, how successful they are. I'm looking forward to them. Definitely. Welcome to Earth. So Earth, I really think a lot is going to rest on the cast for Earth. I think a lot of the conceit of the whole consciousness thing is going to depend on how well they are able to portray it.
This is a maze. Oh, there's a facehugger.
Yeah, Nostalgia says it's kind of crazy that y'all did an episode about Alien Earth before the name and Romulus had just been announced as in development. Then it's crazy we got Romulus first.
Yeah. Yeah, Alien Earth. We've, been reporting on that for over, 6, 7 years now at this point, Aaron?
Hang on, let's have a look. When was that first discussed?
Because I remember we reported, like, oh, Noah Hawley's pitching this, and then we reported, like, the studio didn't want to go with it.
But it was 2019. Fargo and Legion creator Noah Hawley tried to make an Alien miniseries for FX. According to Deadline in their reporting of the current Disney and Fox merger, Noah Hawley had attempted to get an Alien miniseries off the ground on FX, but was stopped by Emma Watts. She wanted to keep live-action Alien a theatrical series.
Yeah.
Sources said that in the recent past, she has fended off an attempt by Hawley and FX to take the Alien franchise and turn it into a miniseries. And when Searchlight once wanted to do something with The Omen, she held fast because who wants to give up your franchise? She did that before the Disney deal when it was a whole different ball game. So that was 2019. And then in 2020, Hawley talked a little bit about his pitch to FX. And then at the end of 2020 is when it was announced. So 5 years.
5-6 years. Mike's Monster says, listen to Ian Malcolm, follow the pipes, in reference to the bit I just got through there. Those movies I also very much love. And I have hopes for the new one, even though I wasn't crazy about the last trilogy.
I liked World mildly, because I've always been curious about what a park would have looked like had it been up and running. But I only like it on that superficial level. Nostalgic says, do you feel like you're able to separate your preconceived notions based on spoilers and how it's all executed when it comes out?
Yeah, I think Predators kind of taught us that lesson, honestly.
Yeah. Because I went into Predators expecting to absolutely fucking hate that film because of the leaked script. And I didn't. I very much fucking love Predators. Romulus, we knew pretty much an entire rundown of that film 8 or so months before release, wasn't it? Something like that, nearly a year. And a lot of the things in that, I was like, I don't know how that's going to work. And ultimately, I fucking love that film very much. I don't know. You have ideas about things, but it's important to be like, okay, I've just got to see what the final product is. I've got to see what they actually come up with, how well they execute it, what it's like, and roll with your opinions of the actual final thing, rather than get yourself focused on an opinion long before you've ever seen the finished film or the finished show or whatever.
Billview, thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoy your Matrix excursion there. It should be a fun one.
Oh, you can never go wrong with watching Matrix.
Xander says Sorry, go ahead.
Xander says, I think it's funny how I knew you two separately and then finally figured out that you're dating. Like my two awesome friends are dating awesome. I knew Sizzy first before Adam, though.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, we are getting a little more public about that, but for a long time we weren't. Hospital interior. Destroy the hive and its serpent inhabitants before a queen is born. Avenge the deaths of our brethren and bring your mission on this world to an end. But yeah, that's funny how you knew her for a bit, Sander.
Man Ray says, what do we know about the design of the Predator in Badlands? Nothing. Fuck all.
A little teaser image of, an
Yeah,
out of focus behind shot. And then on one of the behind the scenes photos that was posted by someone who worked on the film that we shared, you can see an obscured shot of the suit without the head on.
But you can't make details out. Let's not sugarcoat it. That's not really much of a view. Yeah, Mike Hay says, I would love to see an Alien versus the Thing movie. I'd be up for a comic on that.
Oh.
Lucy says, bets on Alien Isolation 2 being named Aliens Isolation, guys. What do you think, Adam? Aliens Isolation?
I don't think so, honestly.
No, it's not. I don't even expect it to have a Isolation moniker. For reasons.
I hope it's not just Alien Desolation, because that seems like too obvious.
Wasn't that
Got one hiding in the vent up there. He's clipping through it.
Oh, Tristan Jones. That was Tristan Jones's pitch, wasn't it?
Was it?
Something.
Oh, yeah.
Crawling Kill says, anybody know how many hours till the trailer drops? No, we have no idea. It'll just be in the game at some point. But it starts in 3 hours, says Mike. Man Ray says, I heard it's a female predator and she's hot.
I don't think...
You've got a fellow friend
Oh,
here.
boy. I don't think that the Badlands Predator will be female, but I might expect one in the animated series.
Yeah, if they're going to do something like that, it would be in the animated thing.
Oh. It's the Hudson Ward, Aaron.
Oh, that's cool. To be fair, I mean, I don't mind things like it in this game. That's a brief little chuckle.
We got the Hawkins grave and the Hudson Ward. I always thought the hospital with the hive was a very
Cool set.
Yeah, very cool setup. Very creepy aesthetic. Hospitals can already be a little unsettling.
Oh yeah, I hate them. I absolutely hate hospitals.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in hospitals, but I mean, some are nice. I mean, it's still a hospital at the end of the day, but.
Caleb says, "Is there a Vincent Ward too?" Fucking dickhead. Derek Starder says, "My birthday is tomorrow, so again, a trailer will be a nice early gift." Well, happy birthday, everybody.
Yes, happy birthday.
Hopefully, it's a good teaser trailer that you wake up to excitement and enthusiasm and not fucking ambivalence. I think you missed a face over, didn't you?
A what? Man,
I think you missed a face over on the floor.
Where is he?
On your right. Back to where you were at the very start of that room.
Back out here?
Yeah, yeah. In that little bit where you are now, isn't there something on the floor in there?
Huh?
What's gone wrong? No, not out there.
I'm looking for him. Oh,
No,
right here.
in the
I
house
see him.
that you were in. Lucy says Vincent Ward would have actually been pretty fun. It would have been a very low-key reference.
Is that the Queen? I think that's the Queen.
I need to turn it up. That does sound like the Queen.
Not the MRI.
But there's no Queen in the film. At least they still had to have the the hived up maternity ward bit there.
Well, between this and the AVP maze at Universal Hollywood, which had this really cool end sequence with the Queen in this barn, it is kind of cool to see the Queen in the AVPR setting.
Caleb says, "Got to make sure to melt those tiny face huggers so nobody knows there were aliens here in this giant hived up building with dozens of floors." Oh my goodness.
Mike's Monsters says, I can't imagine Isolation 2 is too far along yet, as they are hiring folks for the team at the moment. I read something online that said they were further along than they're giving on, that they've already like prototyped systems, and that they would expect it in like late 2026, maybe 2027. But yeah, I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I can't remember where I read that, but someone was saying like they're further along than they're letting on. Do I need to plant more bombs? Mike's Monster says it's one of those games I'm happy it's coming out, but have no expectations to see it anytime soon or within the next year or two. Yeah, I do wonder if it'll be another cross-generational game, honestly, like the first one was. Or like right as we're starting to get close to PS6, or like maybe shortly after release. Because I don't know, when are they saying PS6 is going to happen? Is that like 2028?
I've not heard any dates for it, to be honest. It was something I was super excited they actually announced that.
Oh yeah, that was a very cool day.
It felt a long time coming.
And it's just really interesting to me that Sega has the license back, and I'm curious to see if there's anything else they do with it, like AVP.
I think Alien vs Predator will be a separate license, though, remember?
Right, but I just mean it's one they've held before, so... I need one more mine placed. What did I miss? Mike's Monster says, it feels too soon for a PS6. I know, time and all that, but the PS5 did come out in 2020. And, let's see, PS3 was 2006. And PS4, and I think that was one of the longer generations, was 2013. So that's what, 6 years? So, yeah, I mean, it would be about the same, if not a bit longer.
I probably just brought a PS5. Oh. I still say only just, it was whenever Spider-Man was coming out. When did Spider-Man come out? Was that last year ago in November?
Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
I think, hasn't that been out for 2 years?
Spider-Man 2 PS5. 2023, yeah. So I think that was November. No, October. October 2003. So a year and a bit.
You mean 2023? Oh no, I'm still missing mine.
I do that. I do that far too often, don't I? Man Ray says, "Would you guys pay 100 quid for GTA 6?"
Oh, I mean, of course. But I don't think that'll be the base price of the game. That'll probably be like the deluxe edition or whatnot. All right, where's this last mine?
Mike says time is a flat circle.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that elevator's open. Right? So confusing.
Prevenator says Isolation's graphics still hold up amazing. Yeah, damn right it does.
And that was another thing the leaker had mentioned was a remaster for Isolation, which I do think will happen in between now and the sequel.
Well, I've always been like, but it looks so good. I don't know what they would, how they would really improve it.
I think they just add ray tracing effects, boost it to 4K 60, give it all the bells and whistles on the most current hardware, and ideally, and this is also what the leaker said, they would add a full VR version of the game for like PSVR 2 and.
Do you think that would be the same release though, and it wouldn't be a separate VR release and a remastered release?
Well, they could do like they did with Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil 4 came out without the VR version of the game, and then the VR version launched, and you could play through the whole thing in VR.
But it's two separate releases.
No,
I mean,
it was the same release. They just added it to it.
Mike's got a point there. Facial work could be better on Isolation. Yeah, I suppose if they redid some of the cutscenes, that would be a reasonable upgrade.
And if they made little tweaks, like maybe give us the intro that was canceled, that a lot of the work was done for, maybe.
But it was repurposed, Adam. It's
Maybe
already.
make the Anisador a bit more how it should have been, so it makes more sense.
Rebuild the Anisadora.
They've got the technology.
And the money. I forget how the intro to however many $1 million man goes.
And I think the end boss to this game is a helicopter. Another one.
Yes, it is. Mike Hayes says, "Do you guys ever get the limited edition of the Screamers movies? Did you ever watch them? I thought that'd be something that was up your street from
Screamers.
what? Screamers.
Maybe I'd recognize it if I saw it, but I can't say I.
No, the third one made a big splash, didn't it, recently? Wasn't everybody reading about it? I never saw it myself because it sounded a bit too.
Screamers. Yeah, no, I'm not sure what that is.
Look it up after.
Okay.
It seemed like something that was your kind of thing. The Crawling Chaos says that the movie with the circular sword monsters. That helicopter pilot's not very good, is he?
We're getting some frame drops.
Rob Harvey says, any chance Wolf manages to escape death in this version of Requiem?
Won't have to wait long to see. Where are you? Where are you?
Lucy says, if you pretend Dutch is piloting the chopper, this might actually be something. Or is it Bill Paxton as a creepy chef? What do you think as Bill Paxton playing What's-Her-Face's chef boss and somehow stolen an attack chopper?
Chef? Oh! In AVPR, the creepy chef. Yeah. I'll see you in the morning. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, wasn't that what he... I think the reference is he was offered that cameo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would have been an odd cameo.
I like you rolling alien down the side there.
No Style Dutch says, I think we should all now call Ridgetop Ridgy. I've been called that before by a very certain group of people, but I guess if you want.
Pardon me. Man Ray says it's actually Danny Glover in that helicopter. And Crawling Chaos says there goes down. Can't wait to sneeze again. Oh, body. Can't believe he beasted through that in less than 2 hours.
I know, right?
Or
That is
or
a
nearly.
short game. How do I get out of here now, though?
Have you actually blown it up?
Yeah? Oh, I go
I
back this
thought-
way.
I thought I saw it come back then.
Now we get
Okay,
the
bye.
ending cinematic. Okay.
Hard at work, doing cleaner's work. It's kind of negate the point of, dealing with all the face others in this particular location. And now that alien's outside.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah, okay. Do you think he pushed it over and climbed back into it?
Maybe.
That queen is short off.
I remember when I first played through this and saw that ending, I was like, really? You're gonna have me fight the helicopter and not the queen? Man Ray says, wasted alien queen model for the cutscene. I think that's actually the same queen model for AVP 2010, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe?
Not sure.
Because they were, like, this was the start of work on that game.
Yeah.
And there were some really interesting pieces of concept art. Because weren't they doing like a contemporary AVP before AVPR that just happened to be like... I don't know. I'd have to go back and look through the art. But there was some interesting stuff. Well,
Go and have a listen to that episode we did with Alex again. See what he says in there.
we still have some levels that I haven't done, so we can go back and do them.
We've still got 20 minutes.
Upper sewers. The serpents are already finding hosts among the humans. Find the location of the serpent's nest and stop the contagion from spreading any further. Joe says, I love AVP 2010 so much. Yeah, that was a good one.
Me too. So I was reminded today about something I uploaded to the website and completely forgot about,
Oh, yeah?
and that was the OG treatment notes for Alien 3 that Hill and Geiler gave to William Gibson, which is got some wild stuff. When did I do that? Oh, it was back in November. God, that's been sat on the website for 3 months and I forgot to make a post about it. But yeah, I was reminded about it today or yesterday. There's some crazy stuff in there. I should do a post about that while I'm here.
Yes. Lucy says, why no dog, eh? Why no Pred Alien, eh? Yeah, honestly, this game could use a little remaster. Like, bump up the graphics, throw it on Steam, add some extra bits, add the other aliens. I don't know. That could be cool. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Crawling Chaos says, tell Night Dive Studios or Aspire to remaster this. Yeah, I've really been... See, I always love remasters, especially of older games, and those two studios in particular have really been killing it. Like the Tomb Raider remasters of 1 through 3 from Aspire were great, and then 4 through 6 come out next month. They just did the Soul Reaver games, which have gotten rave reviews. Sizzy Bubbles says they probably had to keep the Pred Alien secret. Yes, that is the case. Also says, I'm curious if there's a data mine model in the game. No, I don't believe there is a Pred Alien model in the game. As far as we know, when we talked to...
Alex definitely talked about it. I mean, if folk are interested, it was... Let me find it. I'll tell you what episode number it was, but it was... We talked in a lot of detail about this and AVP 2010. It was a good few years back, though. When was it?
Michael Lawrence says we need a Wolf comic or a book story. Yeah, Wolf's younger years. I'd be down for that. Although I think the studio doesn't want to touch anything related to AVPR, honestly.
It's very much a cursed name these days.
I still hope we get a 4K release and the color correction redone.
Episode 37 was our interview with Alex Moore, the lead designer for Rebellion's Aliens vs. Predator 2010. He also worked on this, and this came up. So episode 37, folk, if you want to go listen to one of the Rebellion devs tell us about this game and about AVP 2010.
Yeah, I'll have to re-listen to that one. Where do I go to turn on the power? This looks like a power station over here. Maybe? Or no, that's flooded. Whoa. That's interesting. Some of this graffiti. Rick!
Lucy says it's looking like we'll never even get Aliens or Alien 3 on 4K. Never mind a bloody Requiem.
I think we will. I mean, especially with Aliens anniversary coming up, and Romulus sold really well on Blu-ray.
We have Aliens in 4K. It's just not a restoration anybody likes, apparently.
Oh, right. No, I mean... yeah, you're right. I mean Alien 3 and Resurrection. Well, Resurrection's anniversary is coming up, 2027. That's hopefully when I'll finally be able to see it in theaters.
I've only seen that in the cinema once. And I was ready to go home when it came on. I'll admit.
Yeah,
I've never marathoned 4 movies in a cinema before. I was so tired after 83.
Yeah, the longest cinema marathon I ever did, I think, was also 4 movies. I think it was Saw. I think it was when Saw 4 came out. They had a marathon of 1 through 3, and then they showed 4.
Man Ray says, did you guys like Nosferatu? I did.
I haven't seen it yet.
I would have thought you'd been all over that.
Yeah, we've been wanting to go see it, but we just haven't made time for it yet. We may just watch it at home now that it's on streaming.
I enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. I mean, I'm not terribly fussed to watch it again, I'll be honest. It did feel a little overly long sometimes.
Don't want to see the extended cut? So it's even longer?
No, although Willem Dafoe in it is amazing, as always. And I didn't realise the main actress was Johnny Depp's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hadn't realised. Lucy says, I legit forgot about Aliens 4K. It's so awful. Well, I've brought the Aliens Refined fan edit with me to Cardiff to watch while I'm down here. I'm looking forward to giving that a watch.
It honestly looked fine to me, but I get why people have issues with it. I mean, you look at the 4K release of Alien, and it's just super well done, and it's rescanned from the original negative, and a lot of film purists will always prefer that sort of method as opposed to AI upscaling.
Yeah, why they didn't just scan the original negative out of Crawling Chaos says Cameron has gone full Lucas.
Wouldn't be an Alien game without a sewer level, right?
It just works. It's so appropriate.
We even got one of those in Rogue Incursion. Or at least a sewer bit.
Mike Hayes says, was the Pred Alien a queen? Just curious. Depends on which of the Strauss brothers you ask. One of them liked to think it was a young queen. The other one thought it was a Predator thing. Predminator says, how long was this game? I don't remember. Well, Adam's just finished one row in an hour and a half.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can choose your level path. So if you were to play every level before getting to the last one, it would probably be double the time. You could probably complete every level in like 4 to 5 hours, I would say.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think 4 hours is probably more.
Yeah, probably 4 or less, honestly.
And everybody's talking about how lazy that Aliens upscale was in the chat. Completely agree. They should have scanned the original negative again instead of AI upscaling the Blu-ray. So lazy. There's a new fan film that has come to my attention that I need to watch the trailer for when we finish.
Oh, yeah?
Alien Lost Transmission.
Oh.
If anybody, well, I'll post a link. I'll post a link in the chat. Actually, I haven't watched the trailer obviously because I can't pay attention to it if I do it now. But there for anybody else interested.
I am lost again. Joe says, I still like my Alien Quadrilogy DVD set. Yep, that still works. That was a great set. Here we go.
Completely agree. That DVD was carried around with me so much back in the day. Whenever I was staying at a friend's house or staying at the grandparents' house, that thing was in my bag, along with the Game Boy Color with Aliens Thanatos Encounter in it. Lucy says, does anybody miss the stupid Alien and Predator box sets names? Of course. Alien Quadrilogy. What was the Ultimate Annihilation set, something like that. Joe says, I'd like to get the original VHS tapes for my collection. I have the Alien Trilogy Facehugger box set thing that came out over here. I brought it well after the fact because I couldn't buy that as a kid. That's my VHS copies. Although I did go and rebuy the exact edition of Aliens that I first watched the film on VHS.
Yeah,
I'll never rewatch it. I don't have a VHS player anymore, but I'm glad to still own it.
Yeah, Sissy Bubble says, I have the VHS set with a cool silver alien.
But didn't they use that for your Legacy DVD set as well?
Yes, yeah, they did. Yeah, I just ordered Alien Special Edition on VHS because I remember that was the first way I watched it, and I think it had a trailer for AVP, the PC game in it, the 99 one.
Yeah. It was Alien Saga box set, wasn't it?
I think so. The deep sewers.
Yeah, I mean, Lucy, I brought it for the pure nostalgia of it. It was some excitement over the Romulus VHS release as well, so it made me go and buy that just so I had a copy of it sat on my shelf.
We must go derper. So what do you think, Aaron, is the best alien sewer sequence?
That first 2 minutes of the AVP 2010
I agree.
mission where you wake up being dragged through the sewers by the alien. I thought that was fucking awesome.
But also when you're playing as the alien in the sewers was good.
Yeah, I liked playing as the alien full stop in that game. Although it was the weakest of the campaigns in the game.
Yeah. It needed one more level of the alien on the ship. You sure you wouldn't go with the Colonial Marines one?
I mean, to be fair, that was the game's strongest level.
I do love the bit where there's the opening in like the drainage area and the lightning strike comes through and you see all of the boilers just standing still. That was a creepy, say what you will about the boilers and them being silly, but I did dig that bit.
I mean, that mission is fine on its first playthrough. It just becomes comical on every other playthrough. Predminator says, if James Cameron wasn't busy making Avatar 15, you guys think he would ever make another Aliens film?
They had the dark model there. I don't think so. I think
he's well and truly done with Aliens.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd endorse it and what have you, but his endorsements mean nothing after Terminator. But I still thoroughly enjoy Avatar. I genuinely fucking love those films.
Yeah, likewise, and I'm very excited for the third one coming this year. It's wild to think about.
Oh, me too.
How long of a wait we had between 1 and 2.
Lucy says he's making another Terminator. I've not seen that news.
I think he owns the rights again.
Has he gotten back off Skydance?
I think so.
Who? No, well, Skydance. Skydance was on the anime, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. I remember reading somewhere that he got the rights back for Terminator. Oh.
Bob Harvey says, I'm heading off now. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, Rob.
Yep, thanks for joining us, mate. I need to finish watching the anime, the Terminator anime. I just wasn't interested in it. But I've heard good things.
I only got like 3 episodes in. I just felt too bad for the robot cat. I couldn't keep watching it. Sissy Bubbles says, Best Alien Sewer Sequence Awards. Yeah, that would be a good editorial.
The Ink says, wow, the camera in this game is shocking.
Yeah, you have
Is there
to.
ever,
You have to use the shoulder buttons to move the camera. It's not like a total free cam.
has there ever been a good third-person camera?
I think so.
Lucy says, very Animatrix more than Terminator, to be honest. And to be fair, Animatrix was fantastic. Jusilla says, the Wayland boss in AVP 2010 on Nightmare is brutal for the Marine campaign. Literally one-shots you with the alt fire with the shotgun.
Yeah. Had to hide behind those pillars.
Yeah, you always have to cheese it on the higher difficulties. Only game I've ever got 100% achievements on.
Yeah, I remember doing that on 360. I have them on a few other games, like Dead Space, the original Dead Space on 360. I can't get across. What?
Durink says AVP Classic 2000 is the best Alien game in their opinion. I will always have a huge soft spot for that game. I absolutely love it. It's one of the most atmospheric of the games, in my opinion. They also say first person just works so much better. Yeah, I completely agree there. I think any Alien game works better in first person. But then again, I really, really fucking love Dark Descent, and I think that is to Aliens what Isolation is to Alien.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an entirely different genre of game and setup of game, but it just works so fucking well. Joe says, when will you gentlemen be playing Concrete Jungle? We are planning to do a Let's Play of it this year in celebration of the 20th anniversary.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, 20th anniversary, yeah. But the problem is we've got so much in the cards.
Yeah, and I mean this year, just based on what's coming out, is going to be busy as hell, and there's always stuff we want to go back that we never got a chance to do. There's still books like we haven't reviewed, like stuff like Enemy of My Enemy.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be reading that soon. Once I've finished Seventh Circle, I'm going to go back and reread Enemy of My Enemy and get us to do an episode on that. Especially now I'm trying to write reviews again. I have actually written a review, everybody, of Inferno's Fall, which can be found on the website in the article section.
Yay!
First one I've written in a long time. I can't remember when Colony War came out.
Again. Woo! We also wrote a joint review for Rogue Incursion, and I'm currently working on the video version of that, which should be out soon. Where do I go? So I can't get across there.
Do you not have objective things?
I do. The objective marker's here, but this area, like, it shows it is not blocked, but it is blocked. There's a gate here. Unless... Oh, I can go through that door. Okay. I'm with it. I'm with it now.
Crawling Chaos says, better to have too much to cover than too little.
That is true.
Indeed. Kissel says, just brought the PSP recently and replayed AVPR, but it got me so bored, such a wasted opportunity just to let the Predator walking around in the school corridor.
It could have been a bit better, for sure. But for a rushed game, could have been a lot worse, too.
Indeed. This game is better than it has any rights to be with, 9 months of development or whatever it was. That alien is just enjoying its walk.
It swarmed here.
Some predators just can't handle their cleaning duties.
Okay, so the objective's down here. There's a cool little hive bit in the sewer.
Any hive bit's cool. But yeah, that's good. That's a good visual.
The big fan.
You know me. I'm a sucker for anything that's got hive resin on it.
Did you feel like that was kind of a weak element of Romulus, though? That the hive looked just a bit too much like, I don't know, like melted trash bags?
Yeah, it wasn't the strongest representation of the hive. Kissel says, guys, could you imagine us getting a remaster of Alien Resurrection from the PS1? That game still makes me shit my pants from its visual, hot start and atmosphere.
If there's honestly one game I could pick for Night Dive Studio to do a remaster of, it would probably be that one. Because that was the first true, like, survival horror Alien game. Ah. They'd have to tweak the difficulty a little bit, though.
Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, it's very well documented why that's so difficult now. I think they could get away with toning it down.
Ooh.
You want to call it quits there?
Yeah, we can end it there. As tempting as it is to do the suburbs.
Yeah, that's fair.
But thank you so much for joining us, everybody, on this fine Sunday. Hope you enjoy the rest of yours.
Indeed.
You can always catch us on our website, avpgalaxy.net, or on any of the major social media networks.
Indeed. All the social media networks.
Yes. Check us out on Blue Sky. We're new there.
Indeed. And keep an eye out on the website in the next, bunch of hours for the Alien Earth trailer.
Yes. Very excited to finally see more than just a couple seconds. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully. I'm hoping for 30 seconds at least here. Come on. What's the most we've had so far? Is it 10 seconds was that initial teaser trailer?
Something like that. Something that's more than just flashes on black. Please.
Indeed.
All right, folks. Y'all take care.
And we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.